Breaking tonight, just 5 days out from Election Day, and we are seeing dramatic new shifts in polling, possibly putting Donald Trump closer to victory than ever before. Welcome to the Kelly File, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. All across the country, we are seeing signs that battleground states are tightening or even flipping in Trump's favor. It has happened as we watch an explosion of negative headlines concerning Hillary Clinton's emails and her Clinton Foundation. And we have produced an exclusive state-by-state look at just how big the shift has become for you this evening. In moments, we'll be joined by Professor Larry Sabato, who tonight is looking at whether Mrs. Clinton's lead is in fact collapsing. And then we'll be joined by Governor Mike Huckabee and former Clinton staffer Mo Elleithee with their take. But we begin the evening with Trace Gallagher reporting on our new battleground analysis from our West Coast newsroom. Trace?
And Megyn, let's begin in the critical battleground state of Florida, because for Donald Trump, winning Florida's 29 electoral votes is not a luxury, it is a necessity. On October 28th, the Real Clear Politics average of all polls in Florida had Hillary Clinton leading there by 0.7 of a point. Today, Donald Trump is leading by 0.3 of a point. Clearly, it remains a dead heat, but it's a full 1-point swing in the wrong direction for Hillary Clinton. Now to Ohio. On October 28th, before the Comey email announcement, Donald Trump was leading in Ohio by 1.5 points. Now Trump has expanded his lead to 3.3%. It's also interesting that Trump is polling nearly even with Hillary Clinton among women in Ohio, a demographic the Clinton campaign thought she would dominate. Last week, Hillary Clinton led in North Carolina by nearly 2.5 points. Today, the RCP average has it dead even, and it appears Republican holdouts in North Carolina are beginning to back Donald Trump. In Nevada, Hillary Clinton was leading by just over 1.5 points, but after a 3.5-point swing, Donald Trump now leads in Nevada by 2. And according to a new CNN Opinion Research Corporation poll, Trump's trustworthy numbers in Nevada are rising. Clinton's are falling. And let's finish in the battleground states where the numbers have swung the most, Arizona and New Hampshire. In both states, Hillary Clinton has lost about 4.5 points. She is still holding a small lead in New Hampshire, but has relinquished her lead in Arizona. The bottom line is that more than 60 electoral votes that appeared to be on Hillary's side of the table last week are now back in play. Megyn.
Trace, thank you. As we mentioned, Larry Sabato's electoral map has changed dramatically over the past 2 weeks, and he is now predicting a much tighter race. Larry's the director of the Center for Politics at the University of Virginia. Larry, good to see you. So that's the question we begin with. Is she collapsing? Is her lead collapsing? I got to be specific given what we saw on September 11th.
No, I don't think collapse is the right word at all. She has drifted down, but not by much. What really has changed is that Republicans have pushed Trump up. They finally come to his standard. They have been reluctant, at least a fair portion of them have been reluctant to support him. And now that they're faced with that binary choice, Clinton versus Trump, they're coming home to the Republican Party, even if they're not crazy about the nominee.
So where do you see her most vulnerable? Because last night in this program, we got late-breaking polls that showed New Hampshire, that showed Virginia and Colorado. We'll get to New Hampshire in a second, but Virginia and Colorado with major shifts. I mean, Virginia suddenly showed Trump up 3, I think it was, but Trump up and in Colorado as well.
That was one poll in Virginia, and I don't want to criticize a fellow academic institution, but that is not one of the gold standard polls in Virginia.
Okay.
Clinton is still up in Virginia. Well, you said it, not me, Megyn. But she's still up in Virginia. She's also still up in Colorado. Look, you always have to look at the dates that the interviewing was in the field. And in Colorado, in Virginia, and elsewhere, I've seen the dates coincide almost precisely with the bombshell from FBI Director James Comey. That pushed Clinton down for a bit. You recover, especially in a campaign like this where the subject changes daily, sometimes hourly. She hasn't come all the way back up. But she's come back enough so that she's stabilized in a lot of these states.
You've seen evidence of Hillary recovering since last Friday's bombshell? Because we've had a lot of ongoing reporting on this.
Well, in some states, Megan. Well, yeah, you've had a lot of ongoing reporting, but there's been reporting on lots of other issues. Now, it's made a difference in Ohio, which leans to Trump. It's made a difference in Iowa. Arizona is a perfect example of a state that has a lot of Republicans. Some of them were on the sidelines. Now they've come home. The state's leaning to Trump. But as Trace said, Florida is a total toss-up.
What about New Hampshire? We know everybody says Florida. We just don't know.
New Hampshire.
What about New Hampshire?
New Hampshire seems to have changed and tightened up. Is that really a surprise? Think about New Hampshire's record over the years. They seem to enjoy confounding pundits, for which they really should be severely punished, Megan.
I detect just a note of bitterness there, Larry. Great to see you.